From Nashville, Tennessee, it's Country Music Time, brought to you by your local Air Force recruiter and this radio station. Now, here's the star of this week's show, Lobo.
I remember to this day the bright red Georgia clay, how it stuck to the tires after the summer rain. Will power made that old cargo. A woman's mind told me that's so. Oh, how I wish we were back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Blue, traveling and a living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Blue, how I love being a free man. I can still recall the wheat fields of St. Paul, and the morning we got caught robbing from an old hen. Old MacDonald, he made us work, but then he paid us for what it was worth. Another tank of gas and back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Blue, traveling and a living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Blue, how I love being a free man. I'll never forget the day we motored stately into Big LA. The lights of the city put settling down in my brain. Though it's only been a month or so, that old car's bugging us to go. We gotta get away and get back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Blue, traveling and a living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Blue, how I love being a free man. Me and you and a dog named Blue, traveling and a living off the land. Me and you and a dog named Blue, how I love being a free man. Me and you and a dog named
Kent Lobo Lavoie, welcome to Country Music Time.
Thank you, Pete. It's nice to be here.
Well, I was really thrilled to find out that you and I attended the very same school at the very same time, St. Petersburg Junior College in St. Pete, Florida.
Just a few years ago, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. That's unusual because we were both playing music at the same time in different bands, and we never ran across each other.
Well, we may have.
Probably didn't know it then.
Yeah, just don't remember it.
We had shorter hair and wearing the thin ties and the vests, and remember the loafers without socks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my hair was long back then, and I got all sorts of flack for it. We were one of the first ones that did that, and they didn't like it then.
The song we just heard, of course, is the one that just elevated you to stardom back in...
It was 69, 71.
Okay, yeah, that time period.
Mm-hmm.
Up to that point, what had you done musically?
Well, back to St. Petersburg Junior College.
Mm-hmm.
It was a way to put myself through, and I really wasn't very serious about it. It was just a little weekend way to make your money. Then I had a little local hit in St. Petersburg, and it sort of opened my eyes to the idea that we could do something, or I could do something in music beside a part-time deal. And I wrote Me and a Dog Named Boo in St. Pete, out on the south side, out on Pinellas Point. If you remember, I had a house
Sure.
out there, and looked out in the yard one day and trying to rhyme you with something. There was my dog named Boo, and that's how it came about.
Your dog's name was Boo, then?
Yeah, yeah.
I think you're responsible for changing the names of many dogs throughout the world.
Yeah, you get a lot of that.
A lot of dogs named Boo after that song came out. Then what happened?
Well, I just kept doing what I was doing. I lived in St. Pete, and I was in the reserves back then, and that necessitated that I stay pretty close at hand. And I had a commitment that was a 6-year commitment, and I went through that and stayed in St. Pete and kept making records and did everything that I did in music right there from St. Pete up until, just a couple of years ago. And I tried L.A., and that was just too fast for a Florida boy. And I did some commercials in New York and stuff like that. But then I ended up in Nashville because this is where I felt like I should have always been. Once I got here, I found that out. I didn't know until I got here. But and got into country music, which is where I really was. Me and You and a Dog Named Boo was, in essence, a country record. Stonewall Jackson covered it and had a country hit and stopped mine from being a country hit. But I'm right back where I really started, and it feels like I said, like I came home.
There's a quote here I'd like to mention. It says, I am not a singer who writes songs, I'm a songwriter who sings.
Yeah, that's the way it's always been, and that's what I've always preached to anybody else who was interested in music, that if you're going to ever have a hit, especially as an unknown, you'd best have a song, because a good song is going to go to a big artist. And this tune that's coming up that we're getting ready to play, oddly enough, is one of the few hits that I've ever had that I did not write. My brother wrote. And I've been preaching to him for years to keep trying, and sure enough, he kept trying, and here's his first hit.
They tell me you are back in town, looking good and looking round, acting just a little strange, like something inside you's changed. They say you're asking about me. Am I well and am I free? Would I take you back again? Well, this is how it is, old friend. I don't want you anymore. I don't wanna need you like I needed you before. I don't wanna love the way you love. No, I don't wanna want you anymore. Those sleepless nights I lay like stone, knowing you were not alone, hurt me in so many ways. All that's left for me to say is I don't anymore. I don't wanna need you like I needed you before. I don't wanna love the way you love. No, I don't wanna want you anymore. No, I don't wanna want you anymore. I don't like I needed you before. I don't wanna love the way you love.
And now, here's Air Force Sergeant Pete Franquet with a few words about the United States Air Force.
Thank you, Lobo. Folks, have you ever dreamed of flying in an Air Force jet? It's the thrill of a lifetime when you can take off and soar above the clouds. Well, right now, the Air Force is looking for college graduates who can qualify for flight training. If you're selected, you'll attend officer training school for 12 weeks. Then it's on to undergraduate pilot or navigator training, where you'll work with modern aircraft and equipment. The training is tough, but the effort is really worth it. You'll wear the silver wings of an Air Force flying officer and be part of one of the finest organizations in the free world. To be eligible, you must be a college graduate and less than 27 and a half years of age. Find out how you can get your future off the ground. Your Air Force representative has all the details. Aim high. The Air Force, a great way of life.
When I saw you standing there, about fell out my chair. And when you moved your mouth to speak, I felt the blood go to my feet. Now it took time for me to know what you tried so not to show. Something in my soul just cried. I see the want in your blue eyes. Baby, I'd love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you love me to want you the way that I want to, if you only let it be. You told yourself years ago you'd never let your feelings show. The obligation that you made for the title that they gave. Baby, I'd love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you'd love me to want you the way that I want to, if you only let it be. Now it took time for me to know what you tried so not to show. Now something in my soul just cried. I see the want in your blue eyes. Baby, I'd love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you'd love me to want you the way that I want to, if you only let it be. Oh, baby, I'd love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you'd love me to want you the way that I want to, if you only let it be.
Lobo, to date, that is probably your biggest song, isn't it?
Yeah, worldwide it was.
This song is right now being covered by a really super entertainer, Narvel Feltz, on your own Lobo label.
Yeah, it's out, but Narvel just did it to death.
You couldn't have found someone who could do it better for you, too, I guess.
As the review in Billboard says on it, Narvel could sing the scale with intensity.
I'm glad we finally met, Lobo, and I look forward to doing more shows with you in the future.
Well, Pete, it was my pleasure to talk to an old friend from St. Pete that I didn't know I knew.
Hey, hey, hey. Good luck to you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Country Music Time was recorded live in Nashville, Tennessee, and brought to you by your local Air Force recruiter and this radio station. Technical direction by Chuck Hausey, engineering by Jack Logan. This is Air Force Sergeant Pete Franquet saying thanks again to Lobo and reminding you to contact your Air Force recruiter to get details about the Air Force experience. It could be your ticket to a great way of life.